Hi and welcome to Breaking Free. My name's Kim Wagner and today we are interviewing the wonderful Master Mingtong Gu. Welcome Master Mingtong.
Thank you so much, Kim. Great
it's so lovely to have you here. Okay, so Master Mingtong Gu, you are a Qigong Master. You were named the Qigong Master of the Year by the 13th World Congress on Qigong and Traditional Chinese Medicine. You've established the Qi Center and the Center for Wisdom Healing Qigong in New Mexico, and you've been there for quite some time now. You also offer quite a lot of things. You have retreats, you have online lessons and classes, and you also do in-person classes there, don't you?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. So you've trained under Master Pang Ming, who's a Qigong Grandmaster, and he's also the founder of the world's largest Qigong hospital, which I'd like to hear a little bit about, if that's okay, later in the interview. But what I find interesting is it's a place that actually is a medicineless hospital. So you're actually treating quite a lot of different illnesses and ailments without medicine, but just with Qigong. So I'd like to hear a little bit more about that, if you don't mind. But to start with, could you please tell us a little bit about Qigong and about the philosophy behind it?
Yes. So Qigong, in general, is very ancient, 5,000-6,000 years of old from China, and relatively keep secret from the mainstream until even 50, 60 years ago in China. And now it's coming out because of health benefit.
Yes.
So now came to the West, and for the same reason, because of the health benefit. People are reading all these, wonderful story, not only what a Qigong master can do, but more importantly, the Qigong practitioner can help them to recover from whatever condition might be. So deeply is about working with energy. So when we're recognizing everything is an expression of energy, the physical body, your emotional experience, or mental process capacity, even or spiritual presence in the universe is an expression of energy. So the whole creation is about energy. So recognizing that, then we can tap into our inner capacity to awakening energy, cultivating energy, reconditioning energy from whatever life in the past. So it's like health is expression of the old condition. Something goes wrong, something not functioning optimal, something is is really challenge us physically, emotionally, even mentally. So this really means is the energy is stuck in your system. So how to get into that stuckness, bring the energy flow back to your life again, then that affecting your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual function. So it's very experiential. And the practice is so simple. We're going to talk more about that. So that's kind of summary what Qigong is. Gong means practice, and also the benefit and the capacity to work with energy. So that's the implication of that is simply, more Qi or more energy is greater happiness. More energy is greater health, better health. More energy, then also you can tap into greater potential as a human being, including contribution to life in general.
Absolutely. And I think that as a society now, we do feel like we are isolated and we're on our own and we have to deal with things ourselves. And I think that it's important with the practice of Qigong and any kind of energy modality is that we actually are all connected. And if we stop and we get involved with that energy and we connect with it, we actually feel more like our true selves, and then we can flourish and we can heal from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love the theme of the summit, breaking.
Thank you.
So energetically, it's really about freeing the energy. So we have all the energy internally. We connecting with the energy of the earth, the universe already there, but we are also blocked. Yeah, energy is blocked. So it's stuck, it's not free. So it's really the theme, I think, my take on this conference, the summary is really freeing your energy. When you're freeing your energy, you're deeply opening your heart. You're deeply opening your mind, the creativity. You're deeply opening the greater capacity of your biology, cellular function of your body. So that free from stagnation, from limitation, from, just so much we challenge on, just name a few things. We want to be free from stress. We want to be free from the busy mental, circle, focus on, challenges in the past, difficult thing of life when we repeating over again. And so also we want to free from really, whatever construction is like a projection to the future, worry, for example, and free from these emotion, fear, for example, is stucking us in the place that we don't want to be. That's conflict.
Yes. And we overthink about things that we overthink about these things as well, and that becomes, I guess, a form of anxiety because we keep on going around in the loop rather than stopping and resetting ourselves.
Absolutely, yeah. Free from the loop.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
It's okay when we feel like in life we're all challenged, physically, emotionally, mentally, personally, even collectively stuck for a while. That's okay. But if we unstick in the energy, then the new possibility opens up, new connection, new feeling, new creativity opens up. Then life can move to a better place. That is the idea behind it. Yeah.
Agreed. And with the ripple effect with energy healing and consciousness, the more that we heal, then the more that the rest of the world heals. It just spreads, doesn't it?
That is so important. That's one of the things I love about Qigong. Yes, we're starting with ourselves. I can do it, and you can do it. Everyone else can do it, and you can do it anytime, any place. When the internal energy shifts, creating more flow, not only your life, affecting your life with more flow, more abundance, more connection, but also affecting the energy on the planet Earth, affecting all our relationship, all our interactions. So that flow starts generating the best, the benefit for everyone. For,
absolutely.
Next generation. That's what I'm so excited about.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And the more that we heal ourselves, the more that we heal. For example, as mothers, as a mother that practices Qigong, I'm healing, and then my children are healing, and then it just goes from there. Then the family heals. So we lead by example, don't we? So if we are calm and centered, and we take the time to look after ourselves and heal, then it does flow. It flows forward. And it also makes us a part of a tribe, I guess you will, because nowadays we do seem to be on our own. It's in society raising families. In the Western world, we're very, very isolated in that respect. Whereas in the older times, families would live together, eat together, do everything together. But this is a good way, I find, to bring communities back together.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's all energetic. When you're connecting the subtle energy, you not only activating the deeper, desire, want to connect in person, but also allow you feel the connection right there. Feel the connection, just like in this interview. We beyond the words, beyond what you're seeing on the screen, you can feel the energetic connection.
Instantly.
Common presence. You can feel that. That's one of the, as I share with you. And I'm so passionate about using the internet to making not just superficial connection, but a really energetic, personal, but also meaningful. It has with a dedicated purpose by connecting with this ancient wisdom, ancient practice to activating the internal power, internal capacity. And by doing that, it's basically you're serving, by using the technology, serving much greater purpose than superficial entertainment or superficial communication, even addiction to technology. And
that is definitely a problem. Yeah. So we can use technology for good as well, because again, I'm in Australia, you're in America, so how amazing. And it's a physical feeling. I can feel your energy, and we are so far away. And that's the thing with consciousness, is we are connected. We're not alone. We are connected, and the feeling that I can feel with speaking with you right now, and the connection that we have is real, and it's
absolutely
powerful.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like in any spiritual practice, even in general in our life, we need to recognize two things. As you said, one is consciousness. The consciousness has no boundary, and that in that level we're always connected. from that level, we can cultivate more awareness, more wisdom, more freedom, more creative choice, and so on. Then another thing is really energy. Energy is the source of all manifestation. Yeah, including, again, as I mentioned, your health based on energy function in your system. Your life is based on the energy relationship you're having with everyone. The whole universe is based on how the energy is transforming. The weather is expression of energy. So the two things equally important. Yeah, the energy is more associating with the direct experience, including the physical experience as well, emotional experience, including the manifestation and all level of interaction. The consciousness is a sense of a deeper awareness, wholeness, oneness, yeah. And from that intention, connecting with energy, then you can really manifesting, including, transforming your health. So that's is the basic principle. Is so universal, is so accessible, and the practice of also is really important. It's very practical, very practical. You do the movement, allow you activating the energy, releasing the stagnation, also releasing the stress, free from stress, everyday stress, accumulative stress of the past, in all levels, physical, emotional, the mind coming down. When you do slow movement, the mind coming down. The mind always otherwise like jumping around like
everywhere.
Everywhere. Distracted, think about future, worry about the past, suddenly bring to the present. Oh, this body, I'm moving my arm, I'm moving my leg, I'm moving my body, I'm feeling the sensations. So the mind just, oh, I'm here, this moment, in my body, in this room, experiencing the sensation, feeling right now, this moment. So that is one practice, common, everybody kind of more familiar with. But the unfamiliar experience, I think, relatively hidden is the sound, the vibrational practice. Allow you using your own voice, using your own body as an instrument. You don't need to use another instrument. You don't have to be specializing music, getting years and years of training, For me, that's kind of intimidating.
It is.
I don't even have a voice to sing songs, but I can make these, sound, vibration. Then I feel the energy of the heart awakening, opening. But deeply, the vibration allow you to access not only the deeper internal energy, but including the emotional energy, often is very challenged aspect in our human, life, including these common emotion, fear, angers, worries, and sadness, depression,
so much.
All that. So we kind of stuck in this emotional pattern, how to free from that. And the sound is a powerful way directly, not only accessing the emotion, but transforming from this stuck emotion pattern to a new well-being patterns. You can get out of it, can flow with life with more freedom of emotion, so to speak. So that's the second aspect of practice. The third is common, familiar, is meditation. Nowadays, everybody is so familiar with mindfulness meditation. Actually, in Qigong, mindfulness meditation is always there.
I'd agree with that.
You're connecting with your body.
Yeah, when I do my daily practice,
Exactly.
what I find is I get the exact same feeling within maybe 60 seconds doing Qigong that I do doing meditation and mindfulness, because it's all incorporated. And I find that it's about the deep breaths and the movements, the beautiful movements that just, I don't know, they just bring you in, don't they? They bring you whole.
Love that expression. Yeah, bring back us to the home. Often they're using analogy, the body. It's not just analogy. That your body, especially the energy body, including your mind, body, heart, spirit. So making that alignment, you start to feel home right there. Another way of saying is presence. Just that pure presence. Another word is wholeness. Feel sense of wholeness. Everything is coming together now. Instead of fragmented, kind of conflicted even. Sometimes it's destructive to different directions of feelings, emotions, or priorities, responsibility or need, and so on, or distracting of the media, so on. So everything is like so much pouring us to different directions. So this practice is bringing us back again. bring us back to home again.
Because I mean, we're all of us are experiencing stressful situations. Social media, as you said, is dragging us in so many directions, telling us all the bad things, all the things that are going on in the world. But I think that when you can practice something like Qigong, it just brings you in and it separates you from those things that, first of all, you have no control over. And then you can just become yourself. And I think that even though we all do experience stress, how we react to that and how our bodies cope with that is something that we can control. So if we can distance ourselves from that, go within, I think that life is a whole lot better. You know, it's a lot calmer, it's a lot happier, and there's a lot of love. And then you can disconnect yourself from all this white noise that's around.
Absolutely. So it's amazing. It's time right now. We're facing so much challenges, crisis, so much health challenges. You know, the list goes on. You know, often incurable, chronic. I think it's a time for us to really not only searching, you know, resources and new possibility, but searching the inner wisdom, the internal capacity to heal and to facing the challenge, discovering that resources is inside of you. So this practice is really about going inwardly, continuously going inwardly, and instead of, you know, being a victim of something else.
Absolutely. And it's such an ancient practice. And obviously it's fairly new to us, like you said, 50 or 60 years, but it's such an ancient practice that has been successful and has healed so many different things. And I think these days, in a world where we need science to prove everything before we think it's real, I think it's wonderful that the Qigong practice is growing so fast, and that people are going with their intuition and they're trusting and they're learning and they're growing from it.
Exactly. Now, again, including the internet.
Including the internet, and so technology can be used. Technology can be used for such good things as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We're living in quite an amazing time. I feel very blessed while we're facing the challenge now with the new resources, including the ancient wisdom coming forth, combined with the technology, and also the active community. There's a movement, you know, this movement of mindfulness, meditation, and the yoga before that, you know, then also different spiritual practice, shamanism, and Reiki, and so on. It's like bringing this not only need, but awareness, you know, also the deeper commitment to the forefront. And that's really bring us help.
I agree 100%. So a few of the things that I've got some information off your website, and a few of the things that you've put there that helps with, that Qigong can help with, is that it will strengthen your immune system. It reduces stress, anxiety, depression, achieve a deeper sense of well-being, emotional stability and balance. We talked about that before. Become empowered to attract positive changes into your life, and enhance other mind, body, spiritual practices. So that's a lot. So it's interesting that such a small thing, so doing 20 minutes, for example, of Qigong every morning can achieve so much. And I find, like I said, as I'm starting, even within 1 minute of starting my practice, I feel like I'm there already. I find that really incredible, because it doesn't seem like you're doing very much. They're very deliberate moves. They're very deliberate. Obviously, everything is how it is meant to be. But for something so simple, it's so powerful.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, on one hand, this teaching practice being secretive, you know, in the past, I think one of the reasons is because it's so simple, has been overlooked.
Yeah.
Overlooked. Dismissed, like, what's the big deal, you know? I'm too busy with life. I'm too busy surviving, you know? So this is like a simple thing, allow you to tap into the deeper dimension of your well-being. And so the implication, again, is tremendous, you know? The list goes on, but the understanding is so important, because once you understand everything is based on energy, then you understand, oh, these movements, this sound is activating energy, tap into the energy flow, so returning to the optimum function. So the optimum function including all levels, biological, chemical, physical, physiological, sensational, as well emotional, then also deeply affecting the brain, affecting the mind function. But the most thing for me at least, for many practitioners, after they practice for a while, quickly discover the most profound benefit is spiritual. Spiritual. So when you connecting spiritually, energetically with earth, with each other, with heaven, whatever, the universal presence, then the outcome of that, especially when you consciously, intentionally, actively engage in that process, beyond just, believing it, beyond just recognizing it, you consciously experiencing it, cultivating it, then the benefit just naturally come. It's practical, including health, including changing your brain function, including, healing of these so-called incurable condition, because you tap into not only the internal medicine, energy medicine, but you tap into the creative power of the universe existing in your body, in your system. I mean, I cannot think of anything in the whole universe, as the most sacred expression of creation.
It's beautiful, as this body. We have so much power within us, and we just don't realize.
Exactly. Often I say, you have access to your own body more than anyone else.
And it's free, and it won't hurt you, and you can access that at any time. Anytime.
It's absolutely rewarding.
Absolutely. And I find that even during the day, if my day gets a little bit hectic or overwhelming, I find that just doing some of the nice big deep breaths and just bringing it in and down, I just find that centers me quite quickly as well. So you don't need to always do the big long 20-minute, 30-minute process during the day. Once you've done it in the morning, you can quickly bring yourself centered again during the day, and it just stops the overwhelm.
Absolutely. My suggestion is always doing the both. One is like consistent, whether 10 minutes, 20 minutes or longer, some students doing 1 hour or even longer, consistent practice. But then when the consistent practice allow you making a deeper connection, you become more aware, able to connect more effectively, then you can incorporate in that capacity, using that capacity during the day, in a daily life activity, when you're walking, when you're working on a computer or sitting too long, you need to move your body more, you need to center yourself more.
Yes.
And when you're eating the meal, become more aware, present, connecting with the food instead of distracted by a million of different things without tasting the food,
Exactly.
So then this kind of overeating also coming from that. When you're not present, you naturally overeating.
You do. Eating
the wrong food.
And I think the Qigong, for me, the biggest thing with Qigong is exactly what you've just said, is it makes you present. When you're present, magic happens. So with the hospital that you worked at, or the medicineless hospital that you worked at, there was the information that you have on your website is that it's now treated over 200,000 patients with over 185 different illnesses with a 95% effective improvement rate. That's quite incredible, considering that it's mainly based on this work. So you've found that virtually everyone that will go there can have 85% anyway, will have some kind of improvement. That's pretty incredible. Yeah,
it's like so let me clarify what that number means.
Sure.
It's basically practitioner, before they enroll in the 1 month long, each program is 1 month long. Before you enroll, you have to go to conventional hospital in the Western, medicine hospital, do conventional checkout, whatever diagnosis might be. Then after you finish the program, without anything else besides just using Qigong. And then you go to another or same, conventional hospital, do the same check, then compare the result. If you see the change, positive change, then it's say effective.
Of course.
So often this condition is only getting worse instead of getting better. So without using, severe medication, the system is not focused on symptom. It's focused on deeper cause, physical, emotional in your system. So then you measure the result, measure the symptom as well, other, blood testing, blood, whatever, CT scan, so on like that. If you see the change, then says it's effective. So for this condition, often it's very difficult, to see any kind of improvement, and the most common case is getting worse. Yeah?
Yes.
So in this case, is 1 month has a measurable change. Then another level of the number, I think is about 50 something, is see dramatic change. That means is symptom free, or the certain measurements such as according, blood measurement totally normal again.
Mm-hmm.
That is considered relatively cured.
Yes.
And so that's the number relatively different for different disease. Yeah.
Okay. And that's pretty incredible after just 1 month, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So that is one of the discover according to the neuroscience, because it's an internal regulation here, mind-body connection. So to change any pattern takes more than at least 24 days or more to stabilize into a new pattern. And that is the ancient wisdom. Now happen to be just the new science is studying the same.
It's always been there. They've just discovered.
Right, exactly. So in our new center in Santa Fe, we have a small version of medicine Qigong hospital starting in China. Unfortunately, the original center in China is closed down for critical reason, unfortunately. And so we opened our center in Santa Fe, right now, where I'm at right now. So we have an ongoing program, and starting 1 week long, then continue for 6 weeks long, so people can stay as long as possible. So now more and more people are able to stay for 2 weeks, even 3 weeks. You can see progressive accumulative result is incredibly very dramatic. So
it does sound fantastic.
That's where we are excited about, taking this work to the next level.
That's amazing. For the everyday person that, for example, is in Australia like myself, that can't get to your centre, would you recommend every morning, what sort of practice would you recommend for the everyday person to incorporate this into their life?
So my suggestion always, especially for people, have enough challenge in life, whether health-wise, emotional-wise, life transition, or feel stuck, feel lack of energy, feel, really compromised in our life in general, for work purpose, whatever reasons, want to inspire to make really deep changes, then I'm really strong suggesting a consistent practice. And again, you can start now online program, very accessible.
Yes, see that you've got it,
Yeah, you don't have to go to a local classes. If you have local classes, wonderful. But even if you have local classes, when you go home in the other day of the week, you still have to do it. So that's become a problematic. And it depends on the weekly classes, then it's not sustainable in a sense.
Correct. Yeah.
So online program allow you, to tap into the convenience, accessibility, but creating a consistency. So it's like you taking a weekly courses, 1 lesson a week, then using the recording and of the month, do a consistent practice every day.
Yes.
So my suggestion is you start in 20 minutes a day.
Yep.
And if, it's really simple, no matter how busy it is, you can craft 20 minutes out of your life.
Agreed.
So for example, first thing in the morning, before you do the to-do list.
That's my choice, is first thing in the morning. There's no distractions.
Then another best time is after you finish everything, even if you're exhausted, before you go to sleep, do some practice. Energize yourself, center yourself, calm yourself from the busyness. Then you start sleep more deeply, more energetically. Next day, be more energized. So these are simple suggestions, really important for people integrating into their busy life. Then for people who have really serious illness, my recommendation is, building up to 1 hour practice, 1 hour practice. And then once you learn the technique and feel confident in certain aspects, then you bring this to, your life, as we mentioned, before, integrating into your life. And then like people do sound healing when they're driving. So really best use of time, reduce stress of driving.
Absolutely.
So much benefit.
Okay, so it's pretty simple for us all to incorporate that into our day, and it's life-changing. So
exactly, absolutely. And often it's important for us to feel a sense of connection, creating a community, even through internet. We're formulating a chi buddy. Yes, kind of so you can share, you can inspire each other, you can really, supporting each other. And that has been incredible. People from different countries, Australia, Israel, Europe and US, and they just kind of buddy together. Over time, they become best friends.
I find that amazing because they're like-minded, and when you've got on that same plane of consciousness, it's very easy to connect. Yeah, wonderful. All right, well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today. And I'll put the details of your website underneath the recording, but it's thechicenter.com. There's some amazing resources on your website, and thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kim, for your work and sharing this message. And I wish everyone healthy and happy and be free from pain, suffering.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.